Literally, both goaltenders were probably the stars of the show tonight, and Shane Owen made one more save. That's how tight a game that was.
Yeah, I mean, I thought both goaltenders were great tonight. I thought we could have had a few more there in the first period to really put them away. He was big for them, and we didn't take our chances there. But again, going into the second period, up 2-0, you can't ask for a whole lot better. So there's a good tight checking game throughout the second period there. We didn't give them a whole lot. Give up a couple of looks, but. Obviously, going into the third there, we ran into some penalty trouble there the last 10 minutes of that game. So kudos to our penalty kill for getting us through that.
Is it any concern at all? There's been a few games recently where the shot totals have been up there, but maybe you haven't been taking as many chances as you would have liked. Is there any concern just around that? I know it's still early in the season.
Um, well, if we win games 2-1, I'll be just as happy as if we win games 7-1. So we're certainly going to have to, until we can find the back of the net consistently and in abundance, we're going to need to defend well if we want to win games and squeak games out 2-1, 3-2. We're going to have to be tight all over the ice, and that takes work ethic. And I think we do have the entire lineup that can keep that tempo for an entire 60 minutes. So, for now, we'll focus on that. And, I think guys will start finding the back of the net and can kind of let loose a little bit.
The fundamentals of the game seem to be strong within this team. One of them, the stick lift by Brian Ward on the first goal to set up Curtis Hamilton, and the second goal as well. The turnover of the puck and not allowing them to get out of their own zone, and then Ben Lake converting. The stick work that's been that's done. It's maybe not the biggest deal in the world in terms of people maybe don't see it, but it certainly helped you win that game tonight.
Yeah, we have a team that's our identity is hard work and tight coverage all over the ice and making it hard for teams to get good quality looks on us, and also relentless pressure on the puck and on the puck carrier, and that forces turnovers, and I think that's what you've seen there. But we got guys that work hard and want to win. These guys are competing hard. You've seen that from the start of the season, so I'm not surprised with that.
And the commitment as well, shot blocks. You see, from a lot of when you're watching the game, there's nothing more than really sort of exemplifies, a tough working team when they're buying into that, when they're blocking shots, when they're killing penalties, when they're getting sticks in lanes, that sort of thing. That's effort and hard work.
Yeah, it's not the glamorous side of the game for sure, but in my opinion, it's the things that win you championships. And if you go back and I did go back and watch the games from the start of the season, and the amount of block shots we had throughout those Champions League games. That if you really look at them and you watch them back, if we don't block those, what happens and what was the final score of those games? So. They're massive. They probably don't get talked about enough. We're very lucky to have that buy-in from this club, and then that speaks to the character in that dressing room.
You have to go on the road now in the Challenge Cup, and it's a huge game really against Dundee. You've dug yourselves a little bit of a hole in the group, perhaps. You wouldn't want to leave it really to the last game against Glasgow next weekend. And these road trips to Scotland can always be tough, as you found out last week against Fife.
Yeah, it's a big game. I mean, nobody's hiding that. More so than that, though, we want to find consistency in our game, and we want to start, digging out ugly road wins, and it's going to take that to be where we want to be within the league. And a Challenge Cup game or a league game is no different. It's a hockey game, so we got to go in there with that mentality, but also in the back of our head know where we're sitting in the Challenge Cup, and being the reigning back-to-back champions, we certainly want to be in this thing, and that's why we're going to have to be real professionals tomorrow and approach the road trip well and make sure that we're aware and taking care of the puck tomorrow.
Just there's a lot of new players in this team. Just finally, I'm just wondering, just getting them used to something, travelling by boat, for example, to a game is maybe not something they're kind of used to, and playing in smaller, tighter rinks. I mean, it's obviously coming here to the SSE, playing at home in front of a home crowd in this arena, can sometimes, I guess, be a little bit different to going somewhere like Dundee or Fife. And then for some of these players who've played all the way to the NHL, is that a difficult transition?
Yeah, it's certainly difficult to travel on a boat and then a bus and get to an arena that, any arena that you haven't really been in is always a little bit of an adjustment, but there's no excuses. I mean, it's a 60-minute game. You should figure it out fairly quick. So certainly it's a bit of maybe growing pains with the first boat trip over and a couple guys not feeling the greatest, but now we should be better prepared tomorrow for what's to come. Hopefully the weather holds up nice for us, but it doesn't look pretty. So we're gonna have to get over it, whatever they throw at us, and get to Dundee and do a job. I mean, it's about finding a way, regardless of how that is. We gotta come out of there with some points tomorrow.